Hello everybody. Today's video is extensive, but I'm going to try to get through it as fast as I can just because I've got a lot on my plate right now and you guys need recommendations for HRCYED. And I asked you guys in the February stats survey to tell me which ones you're struggling with. Who do you need recommendations for? And I have recommendations for everything you guys asked for. And we're going to go through them. So get out notebook, pencil, or open your Goodreads or whatever, or your Storygraph or something. Here are your recommendations. Most of these I have read. Some of these you guys recommended because I haven't read them yet, or like even I'm struggling with some of my own prompts. So like the intersex prompt, which is what we're going to do first. I only have one. I have 5 recommendations for this one. One of them I have read, and I read it before HRCYED. So I'm a little mad at myself for that. But we're going to go through them first. So we're going to start with the queer rainbow because we needed suggestions for intersex, questioning, trans, asexual, and bi and pan. So we're going to go through those guys first. And yeah, that's what's happening. I'm going to go wee, 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 wee. All right. First one we hear all the time about is Cattywumpus by Ash Van Otterloo. It's 288 pages, a little middle grade, but it has some intersex main character apparently. I have not read it. I would love to. I couldn't get a copy in my library for it apparently. So there you go. Cattywumpus. Next up, Middlesex. I will be reading this. I found it on my Libby just like the other day because I was like, I need to prioritize HRCYED. So Middlesex, Jeffrey Eugenides. Apparently very intense, 529 pages. Sure, I'm just going to casually quickly read this book. But, you know, 4.44 rating. It's got a lot. There you go, Middlesex. One that I used to own is called None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. I don't own this one anymore. It was an unhaul just because I owned it for so long and then I didn't read it. But, again, don't have an audio for it. So, there you go. But it's a YA about an intersex girl, 328 pages, pretty quick. We've got an Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon. I don't know for sure if this is intersex. I am being told that this is intersex, but I can't confirm. I think also The Deep has been recommended as it, but I was trying to research a bit more and I couldn't totally find that. So you might have to read to find out, but other people have said that they've read this for their intersex prompt. So there you go. And then the one that I have read that is an intersex main character is Flawless Girls by Anna Marie Miclemore. This is a kind of horror magical realism situation. It's great. I really enjoyed it. It's very intense. Definitely a little weird, but very, very cool. Okay. So that's the intersex. Questionings, obviously Red, White, and Royal Blue. Major book for questioning main character who is trying to figure out his sexuality as well as, you know, his feelings and stuff. So I would definitely count that. We've got Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alir Sains. Absolutely, 100% is a questioning book. Highly recommend it. We have Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Absolutely, Simon Snow is questioning it in this one. Big time. We've got The Graces. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure we have a questioning main character in this one because she does start off the book liking one character and then by book 2 is a little bit more confident in herself, but then understanding where her orientation really is. This is another magical realism. This was a big, like, if you like my book, Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, the vibes, I tried to emulate the vibes of this book. It's one of my favorites. Ignore the low rating because I think that's cruel. But this was also one of the first books I read. Like, when did I read it? When I was getting back into, like, reading stuff. 2019. Yeah. I loved The Graces. I loved it. So ignore that low rating. But, you know, hey, you put it on your TBR, it might be one of your lowest rated, and you could read it for that, too. Just saying. But I really enjoyed it. Definitely, I'm pretty confident in that it's questioning. Another great one is Wolfsong. This definitely has a questioning character in it. Our main guy, Ox. He is very much he doesn't, like, go in deep thought, but he definitely is questioning a lot of things. As well as that, we have Heartstopper, a classic for questioning. Absolutely. Nick is big time questioning it. That's probably one of the most accurate depictions of questioning your sexuality is this one. So if you haven't read Heartstopper yet, it's quick to read the first one. There you go. Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. I also think of this as questioning because we have several POVs, and the secondary POVs of the brother, I think him and the German soldier that he's been like wounded with and they're trying to survive, I interpret theirs as questioning. So you can leave that up to your own interpretation, but I would accept this as a questioning one. Another fun one, Scum Villain Self-Saving System by Moshang Tongshu. And this is it's so funny. It's a little rough on the translation, but if you can overlook that, it's funny, and the main character is 100% confused. 100%. We have Infinity Alchemist. Now, this is an interesting type of questioning because he's not questioning about his necessary sexual orientation, but about polyamory. So I will accept that as well. And questioning if it's possible to like love multiple people. So yeah, 100% on that one. We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Mejia. Definitely has a questioning. This one's a sapphic questioning. I enjoyed it. It was okay for me. Did not really care for the sequel, though, I will say. The Last Night at the Telegraph Club, Melinda Lowe, definitely questioning, another sapphic questioning. Really great book. Don't read the sequel, though. There's technically a sequel. It's like a companion. Don't read that. It's going to ruin everything. Anna Marie McMore, you can pretty much bet on a lot of their books having trans main characters. There's a lot of them throughout all of their repertoire. When the Moon Was Ours is one of their most populars, though, and I highly recommend that one a lot. It's fantastic. We also have Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. I really enjoyed this. Absolutely great. Stay Gold by Toby McSmith. Very good one. This is one of the... No, actually, no. This was... I don't know if this was one of the first ones I read that was like a trans main character. But I read it a long time ago. I think 2020 probably. And I think it was one of the first ones I did. That was also a trans main character who is in a hetero relationship, basically. So that was good. It had another more questioning from her side of things as well. So yeah, we've got The Hands Were Given by O.E. Tierman. So if you need an indie book, highly recommend this. This is a full cast of queer characters, but the main canoe commander is a trans man, and I highly recommend this one. I'm realizing now not many of mine, the books that I'm recommending are trans women. I don't find as many, except for the next one, which is The Spirit Bears Its Teeth, which is a trans woman main character by Andrew Joseph White. Andrew Joseph White is a trans author. Also, if you want to read Hell Followed With Us, also features that. Those are the two that I've read and absolutely adore. Their writing is so good. It's so good. And I really enjoyed The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. It's wild. So, 100% recommend that one. We have the In-Between Bookstore by Edward Underhill. I read this earlier this year. I think, did this be my January release? I know one of them was, but I definitely read it right before it came out so that it could count for more points for myself on my book buying stuff. But very interesting about the journey. You could actually kind of count this one for questioning as well, because it's sort of a time travel where you experience him as a kid, but pre-transition, questioning that. So that it's still the main character questioning. So I would allow this one for questioning as well, if you so desired. Maybe I'll shift mine. No, I already did a questioning. What am I talking about? The only one I need left is intersex. And then if you were more into a nonfiction that's short and an anthology, Trans and Disabled, Alex Ian Taffy is the editor. There's a ton of authors in this. I also read this as an ARC. Pretty good stuff. There's hits and misses in it, as with any anthology. Okay, cool. Let's go to Asexual. We've got In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. Highly recommend this one. It makes me so happy. Okay, I'm fine. We've got Kaikeyi by Vaishnavi Patel. So if you want a retelling of the Ramayana, but from Kaikeyi's point of view, highly recommend. This was amazing. Absolutely loved this. So I read Goddess of the River, but I still think I love Kaikeyi more. This story was just, Chef's kiss. It was so good. You could also, you know, sort of maybe read my book, Search for the Phoenix. Levin is asexual. She's a biromantic asexual main character. There you go. That's her. You can also read Taiko's book, Court of Snakes. Our main character is also asexual. Terran. Yeah. And I don't think is the sequel stuff coming out now? There is sequel stuff. I already read it because I was a kind of an ARC reader for it. But it's being released serially, I think. But Court of Snakes is great. You should read it. It's fantastic. I actually think it's one of my favorites of Taiko's work. Probably is it it might be my favorite of Taiko's work. So it just hit a lot of the good spots that I like in my YA dystopias. We've also got Surviving Daybreak by Kendra Merritt. Annika is asexual and goes through hell, and it's amazing, and I love this duology so much. Read this. Read it. You could also read Now Entering Addamsville by Francesca Zappia. Look, you get a Z out of that one as well. This is a young adult paranormal mystery with ghosts and demons and things, and it's fantastic, but the main character is Ace, and I loved it. I love this one a lot. We've got the Ace and Aro Relationship Guide. Again, if you're looking for a non-fiction by Cody Daigle-Orians, I just read this. There you go. I think it's pretty good, pretty informative. So if you're also confused about asexuality, this does a really great job of giving you all that information. Alrighty, we are moving on to Bi and Pan. Got Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall. Our main character is Bi, and it's a baking show stuff, so if you like British Bake Off, you'll like this. We've got I Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston, main character. But obviously, all of these are, because I'm recommending them for the challenge. Okay, Godkiller by Hannah Kaner. Fantastic. I'm excited. I gotta read the sequel still. But I do have an arc for the third, which I think is coming out like right now. Whoops. Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft. Bisexual main character there. Also, I loved it. I don't know why this one got such low ratings. I thought this was fantastic. This was fun. Regency fun. And I'll Be the One by Lila Lee, is if you're into K-pop and stuff. And it has fat girl pro tag, even though I don't think she's that fat at all. And is pretty, I think she looks very healthy and is an awesome dancer. Great stuff. So I think they could have gone fatter if they really want, I guess in Korea though, because she is in Korea during this. And beauty standards in Asia are a lot different than the US. But in the US, she's still a skinny girl. So there you go. Okay, moving on. Even I am struggling with spring. So some of these, I'm not entirely sure if I remember if they're set during spring, but anyone that shows up on this list, I'm allowing because spring vibes. Okay, I'm giving you this. We've got Wild Beauty by Anna Marie Micklemore. It's all about flowers and stuff. So it's easy. Easy. That's going to be spring. We've got Secret Garden. Definitely does at some point takes place in spring. So you can count on that one. We've got Crumbs by Dani Sterling. I'm trying to remember this as a graphic novel, and I think it goes over a few seasons, but I definitely think spring vibes when I think of this book. We've got The Worst Best Man. It's wedding season to me is always spring because it's usually like June weddings, and most of June is in spring. And this is like the pre-wedding stuff, I'm pretty sure, but if memory serves, I read this one a long time. 2020, is that when I read this one? 2020. I'm pretty sure it's mostly in spring. Pretty sure. Weather Girl as well. This starts out in the winter and it goes through, so we definitely spend a lot of time in spring with this one. Also, I love this one. Why the low rating? I don't know. It's one of my favorite books. It is a book that I tabbed. It has a fat love interest. I loved that we had that. I never get to see that, and a very good depiction of depression, I think, and it's just good. It's so good. Love it. All right. Fragile Enchantment, also. Pretty sure it's all in spring. Pretty sure it's spring. Homegrown Magic. Springy summer. That counts. It counts. Spell Shop. Spring vibes. Uprooted was recommended, like somebody else was using it, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, it was. I don't remember when Uprooted took place, but it's kind of a Beauty and the Beast retelling-ish, so we'll go for it. Foolish Hearts, I think, is a play. It's their senior play, which I'm pretty sure is during, like, the spring semester. So that, I'm pretty sure that counts. Again, read it a long time ago. Very fun. I Kiss Shara Wheeler, it's right before graduation. That is spring. Key to Happily Ever After, wedding season, spring, summer. When You Get the Chance, I'm pretty sure this one also was in the spring, if memory serves. I don't know, if somebody would have to really fact check me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's in like the later semester of the school year. The Breakup List is definitely in spring. It is also, this one's over a longer period of time, so we definitely hit spring for their seasons, because they're theater seasons. And they do Jesus Christ Superstar, and that's really funny to me. Anyway, Felix Ever After, also another one I'm pretty sure happens in spring. This is, other people have recommended We Could Be So Good, apparently. Takes place heavily in the spring, which is great because it's one of my 25 of 2025, so I'm going to quickly read that. And Shoestring Theory by Mariana Costa apparently takes over a long period of time, but definitely ends up in the spring. So there you go, spring. Next up, you get me again. We're going to talk about some small booktubers with Goodreads lists so that you guys can get your recommendations. Honestly, the way I was picturing people getting their recommendations is watching their videos. Just scrolling through their videos and see their recommendations that way. But you might be struggling with that. So the ones I'm recommending to you is, and I will put all of their Goodreads links in the description and also their channels. We have The Reading and Writing Life, Leandra the TBR Zero, A Star Reads, Clumsy Charlotte, Dusty Book Sniffers, Stitch Life for Books, I Would Rather Be Reading, and Catherine D. Graham. All of them, I found their Goodreads list. I went through my own subscription list just to look and see who has theirs linked in their profiles. Not everybody did, but these ones definitely did. Linked in descriptions. All right. People needed ones that needed new releases that don't have a million holds. Check out my latest new release video. I will also be having another updated new release stuff. So I would just say go watch those videos really quickly and see if you can find any of those that don't have a million holds on them. I'm sorry. It's a lot to do, but you do have your freebies. Remember, every time you've done a bonus survey counts as a freebie. So if you miss the cutoff for a new release, you can still read it at any time and put it there because you did a bonus survey, and you can do those bonus survey things at any time. Cool? Got it. Spiffbo. We're going back to Spiffbo. Now, people wanted Spiffbo books that are small. Here's the thing. I have this linked. You can see all my lists. All my lists. You can go settings. Number of pages. Sort it. You're going to click on it that way. That's the largest ones. Click on it again. They got a lot of unknowns on here for some reason. But then you can go to scroll a bit. Gosh dang, everybody put your page numbers in here. Put your page numbers in here. You just gotta scroll away. Here you go. There you go. Short books. Short books, baby. Short books. Look at all these short books. You can read the short books, short books, short books, short books, short books, short books, short books. Look at these short books under 200 pages. Hey, there you go. Just do that. Just do that. You can view it. The list is private or is public for everybody to look through. There you go. The one genre everyone is suffering with is litfic. All right, here's some litfics that I consider these guys litfic. Okay, I consider it. Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. Hell yeah, made me cry. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, one of the most famous litfics right now, I think, by Gabrielle Zevin. The Familiars by Stacey Halls. This is a historical fiction. I definitely count it as litfic as well. I read it years ago, but yes. The Immortalists by Chloe Benjamin, 100% litfic, will make you cry. Queenie by Candace Carty-Williams. I did read this one. I didn't really like it that much, though. I don't remember liking it a whole lot. I think I just gave it 3 stars, though. Driving by Starlight by Anat Darasin. This is a YA litfic, a realistic fiction litfic. I count them the same. Midnight Library. Everybody knows Midnight Library at this point, I think. By Matt Haig. The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. 100%. Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner. I didn't really like it, I will say. But I'm not a lit fic person. There you go. If These Wings Could Fly by Kiri McCauley. Another good YA one that I think is really nice. Really like that one. The Crane Husband, Kelly Barnhill. This is a very short one. Definitely would count, I think. Basically, if it says magical realism, it's probably lit fic. Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. A lot of Mindy McGinnis. Deals in thriller and lit fic-y style. So, there you go. We've got Buried Beneath the Baobab Tree. I read this. This was one of the early audiobooks when I was first getting into reading audiobooks. This one. Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. Again, this is set in Japan as well, if you guys still need ones. Baobab Tree was Nigeria, if you need more around the world stuff as well. All My Rage by Saboteur. Absolutely fantastic book. 100% recommend. Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. Short, very good. And American Street by E.B. Zaboy. There you go. Those are your lit fics. Okay, we're going to rapid fire go into letters because that was the last ones I really got. I was surprised by some of the letters. Apparently people wanted K, Q, R, X, Y, and Z. Those are the ones. I'm recommending both authors and titles that I have personally read and have been like, yes, I enjoyed these. If you have similar tastes to me or you trust my judgment, check these out. Okay, so here's your Ks. Get right in. Again, I will post this entire list in the doobly-doo. But if any of them jump out, because I just didn't want to pull up a Goodreads page for every single one of these. Okay. We have Kaiju Preservation Society by John Scalzi. Kaikeyi, already recommended. Katzenjammer by Francesca Zappia. The Key to Happily Ever After. Kill the Farm Boy. The Killing Code. The Kinder Poison. King of Dust. The Kingdom of Bach. Julie Kagawa. Kendara Blake. Kristen Kishore. Kirsten White. Kiera Cass. Cage J. Charles, Hannah Kaner, Heather Kastner, Alma Katsu, Bridget Kemmerer, A.L. Kessler if you want a good indie, Intisar Kanani, Adib Karam, Allison Kimball, also indie, T. Kingfisher, Daniel Kraus, R.F. Kwong, J. Casper Kramer, Dawn Kurtigich, Catherine Arden, and Kathleen Baldwin. I had a lot of Ks. For Q, here's your books and stuff for Q. We've got Queen Bee by Amelie Howard. The Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst. Queens of Innis Lear by Tessa Grattan. Queen of Hearts, I forget who this is by. The Queen's Rising by Rebecca Ross. Queendom of Chaos by Megan Aldridge. Indie book. The Queer Principles of Kit Webb by Kat Sebastian. Sky Quinlan. And Jessie Q. Sutanto. R's, I have Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. The Rakshasa's Bride by Susanna Rowantree. Rowantree as well. Indie. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Raybearer by Jordan Ifweko. The Red Palace by June Her. June Her. Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise by Dan Gemeinhart. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. The Resurrectionist by A. Ray Dunlap. The Rise of Kyoshi by F.C. Yi. Rena Barron. Roshni Chokshi. Rin Shupeko. X. Aside from the most common ones that we say all the time, like Shadon J. Zhao and stuff, we have XOXO by Axio, XYZ by Hala, X Ho Yen is an author. It's Minimum Safe Distance is his book, and he is an indie author as well. Highly recommend him. Molly X Chang, and Mo Shang Tong Shu, if you want any of those fun translated, what are they? Danmeis? Do they call them? What do they call them? I forget what the term is for them, but they're fun and gay. All right, Y. We have Yellowface by R.F. Kwong. You Have a Match by Emma Lord. You're Never Weird on the Internet if you want a biography by Felicia Day. The Young Elites by Marie Lu. Your Blood, My Bones by Kelly Andrew? I think that's right. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. Authors Kore Yamazaki, F.C. Yi, Yoshi Tani, Adrian Young. For Z, here we go. Z, we have E.B. Zaboy, Brian Zepka, Francesca Zappia, Jara by S.J. Jones, Zeus Grant's Stupid Wishes, if you want a very fun nonfic, Zeros by Scott Westerfeld, Zed and Zia by Nathan Harms. This is a middle grade indie book. Very fun. Zoraida Cordova and Zakia Delilah Harris, who wrote The Other Black Girl, and Carlos Ruiz Zafon. Boom! There you go. I will put all of these in the description for you guys. Let me know if you still need more recommendations or anything. The dogs are going nuts. I think Hala and Terry are home. I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next time. Hope you're doing fun in HRCYED. Bye! Spring, 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 spring. Everybody.